Good morning, everybody. Today's Friday, August 15th. I'm John Weigell here with Maria Gharib, and this is the Hustle Daily Show. GPT-5 was supposed to be OpenAI's triumphant victory lap, but users are reporting some wonky experiences after the company replaced all their previous models with one unified system that apparently nobody asked for. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Perplexity is reportedly eyeing a $34.5 billion buyout of Google Chrome, which is almost double their own valuation. Talk about shooting your shot. We'll get to that and the biggest headlines in business and tech right after this. HubSpot helped Tumblr solve a big problem. They needed to move fast to produce trending content, but their marketing team was stuck waiting on engineers to code every single email campaign. Now they use HubSpot's customer platform to email real-time, trending content to millions of users in just seconds. The impact? 3 times more engagement and double the content creation. Want to move fast like Tumblr? Visit HubSpot.com. Okay, let's start it off with this, which is an idea from a streaming service that doesn't involve monthly rates. Sling TV, with an eye towards football season, is offering a $4.99 day pass, allowing people to see their team without shelling out for a full month with a live streamer like YouTube TV, which comes in at $83 a month. Next up in the clothing category here, Gildan Activewear will buy Hanes brands for $2.2 billion. The deal is expected to wrap late 2025 or early 2026, assuming there are no antitrust concerns here. The move would nearly double revenue for Gildan, which also owns American Apparel, Peds, Comfort Colors, and Gold Toe, so they're pushing it here. Next over to the skies, Air Canada plans to suspend service on Saturday due to an impending flight attendant strike. Almost 100% of members voted to strike after their union, and the airline failed to reach a deal after 8 months of negotiations. Attendants are seeking costs of living enhancements and full pay for all work. Often, attendants are paid at a reduced rate during boarding procedures before a flight starts. And lastly, some U.S. Apple Watches got oxygen blood monitoring back, a feature that Apple disabled after the U.S. International Trade Commission ruled it infringed on patents held by medical tech company Masimo. Now, any blood oxygen data Apple Watches collect will be measured and calculated on their associated iPhones, but will be unavailable on the watches. We'll see what happens with that. And for more stories and headlines like that, you can subscribe to the show and we'll have more for you on Monday. But in the meantime, let's get to that weekly AI update. And today, we're talking all about GPT-5. Okay, yet another Friday, yet another week of AI news. Welcome back, Maria. Pleasure to have you back on this week.
Thanks for having me. So glad to be here.
Yeah, so glad to have you here. So, as with every week, what was the most interesting AI thing you came across in the past few days?
I mean, so many things has happened, as I say, every single week.
It moves fast.
It does,
yeah.
like probably the fastest moving industry in the world right now.
Yeah.
I guess on this episode of like keeping up with the tech bros, because it's like a tech bro kind of thing. Sam Altman decided he's not letting Elon have the brain chip spotlight all to himself. He's working on something called Merge Labs, which is potentially an $850 million brain to computer interface startup that could one day let people control devices with their thoughts, which is, casual things. Basically, it's like Neuralink, right? But like with Sam's playbook and maybe like way fewer animal trial headlines. It's in its early days, but this could be the start of like an Altman versus Musk rematch because we need another rematch.
I know.
Like it needs to happen. Except this time, the prize isn't maybe the moon or like Mars. It could be like something that is literally inside our heads. So yeah, all good.
The minds of America and the minds of people around the world are up for grabs in this fight. Yeah, no, they've been kind of at each other's throats for a while now. I think ever since Trump had Sam Altman into the White House to talk about the future of AI, and Elon Musk was like, I'm right here. I don't know why you picked him.
Who's this guy?
Yeah,
I'm the owner of this house.
Definitely some tension between the two. But Sam Altman, in other news, has been having kind of a weird week because they launched ChatGPT-5 this week, and it was supposed to be really big. It ended up being kind of a flop at first. I'm sure they're working on it day and night, but people have been reporting some wonky experiences. What have you seen on this so far?
Well, I think ChatGPT was supposed to be the Taylor Swift kind of album drop of AI, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But rather than getting the whole album, we got the demos. It's smarter on paper, but the rollout was a bit on the glitchy side.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a lot. People reported that it was a lot glitchy. In my opinion, it wasn't. Sam Altman admitted a feature meant to switch between like models broke, I guess, which made it seem way dumber than we anticipated.
Yeah.
So he said they're keeping ChatGPT 4.0 around for now and patching things up so users can choose between quick answers or, the deep thinking mode, which I love it. But honestly, I think it's less about GPT-5 being bad and more about like people realizing they were emotionally attached to the older model. We're approaching Virgo season, and this model was honestly one of the best things ever. It was like so direct. It was so straight to the point. It's like Virgo coded. And I've said this like in meetings before. This is Virgo. I wanted this model to happen rather than hyping me up every single second. So, yeah.
Right. Want a more like direct and blunt nature. Yeah, I'd prefer that too in my AI systems. But yeah, I guess with this launch, they did do something. They made an oopsie, as you alluded to, that all of the other GPT models like 4.0 and everything else was kind of canned for the unified GPT-5 system. What do you think was the thinking behind that? Did they just want to put everything together and like simplify it, or was there more behind it? I'm sure there was quite an outrage about people losing their beloved 4.0 and previous systems as well.
Yeah. I guess like they tried to do the minimalist thing, which was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I called it like a Marie Kondo. It's the models, like they tried to Marie Kondo the lineup.
Yes.
But they ditched the GPT 4.0 and replaced everything with GPT 5. I guess the idea was a bit of simplicity, like one model to rule them all kind of like mindset. No more decision fatigue, just one thing to run everything. But it turns out people weren't just attached to 4.0's answers. They were attached to its, obviously, the personality. As I said, the more that it hyped you up, the more that it gave you answers that is more personalized, I guess. So it was more of a think less software update, more of like your bestie kind of suddenly got replaced with a corporate intern. It felt like a heartbreak. The backlash was very loud. Yes. OpenAI brought 4.0 like in a second. And, like more of the story, I guess, in AI, people don't just love the smarts, they love the vibe.
Yeah, no, they do.
So, changing the vibe can feel like an absolute breakup.
This is true.
People lost their minds. Yeah, it was weird.
For some people, it was actually a breakup. A friend sent me a Reddit thread, and it was about the GPT change up to GPT-5. And it was about a lot of people in a thread about being in a relationship with AI and being in a relationship with ChatGPT. And this new version, when the old versions got canned, it's like everybody said their AI broke up with them. Like, they didn't remember who they were.
Touch some grass. Which is like, what do you mean?
Scary, but funny, but very scary at the same time.
Go out, see the world, bro. Read a book.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
It's not the best in my mind to have a relationship with something owned by a corporation that could change at any minute. But, I'll keep that to myself, though, from now on.
Outed everyone right now.
Outed everybody. But do you think this botched launch kind of hurt ChatGPT at all at their dominance at the top of the AI field? Or was it just a blip on the radar and they've already kind of course corrected?
I don't think it was botched. I think it was a PR bruise rather than an actual broken leg. So, I mean, obviously, people love to drag OpenAI when it absolutely stumbles, but like they think it's all perfect and everything. But big corporations do these kinds of like missteps, in my opinion. And the reality is, ChatGPT is still the default AI tools for millions, if not billions. And like no rival has that kind of like a daily mind share. The danger isn't this small, bad rollout. It's like if they start stacking missteps and giving people a reason to seriously try to go with alternatives. So I guess we're fine for now. It's just it happened like once. So we need to calm down, Go see what Gemini is doing. Like, calm down.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of Gemini, I do want to move over to some of their competitors in Google. But Google may strike a deal, it seems like, with Perplexity. Definitely in the early stages of this being publicized, but Perplexity has offered $34.5 billion to Google in order to purchase Google Chrome. Now, Google Chrome we all know is in this antitrust lawsuit and has been
Yeah.
for a while. And they've been in the throes of that. And Google could have to sell off Chrome as early as next week. But Perplexity, on the other hand, is like this upstart AI search company that is worth $18 billion at their valuation. But they want to pay double the valuation to acquire Chrome potentially. What do you see happening with this situation? Do you think it's a possibility here?
I mean, I read the headline and I was like, who? What? There's
It's
no way.
crazy. How do you have the money to offer? But I don't know. You can get investors, I'm sure, but
Like,
seems kind of crazy.
Maybe, but like, on paper, it's a tech world equivalent of like a Chihuahua trying to buy a Great Dane.
Yeah.
Chrome is
right.
huge. Perplexity is valued at
massive.
$18 billion and it's offering, as you said, $34.5 billion for Chrome. So it's clearly banking on investor backing and the court siding against Google. So like this is like a whole strategic thing. It's a genius move for Perplexity. Chrome could catapult them into a direct competition with Google search overnight. But for Google, selling one of the most powerful distribution channels feels like handing your rival the steering wheel. So it's hard to imagine them agreeing voluntarily. But if the court forces a sale, this could be one of the boldest moves in tech history. And with next week's ruling, it could be a seismic moment for big tech. If the court forces Google to sell Chrome, it's not, a browser changing hands. It's a massive shift in internet power and internet history.
Right. And Perplexity has the opportunity to make their search like a default on a majorly used browser by a lot of people around the world. So, I mean, it's a big opportunity and it's a big amount of money, and they might actually even need more to buy it from Google because, like you said, Google is probably not willing to part with it. But even if they have to with this case, selling it to Perplexity means that Perplexity would be coming for them pretty quickly in the search market.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I said, it's like we're talking about like big, massive shift in the internet. And I guess Google Chrome's gateway to search dominance, they have ads and now they have AI and like they do search and like they do everything. So losing Chrome would blow a hole in their ecosystem and hand a golden ticket to whoever buys it, whether it was Perplexity or someone else.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing. So I guess showing up to buy a Ferrari with a debit card and a lot of optimism is what Perplexity is going for. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not saying Perplexity are not, up to the standards, but this is insane. Like we're talking about Chrome. We're talking about history of research and we're talking about like tabs on tabs on tabs.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I guess Chrome knows very well, like people at Chrome, how many tabs I have open right now, like at this second. So can you top that?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's too many tabs here too. I can't even find where you are right now. I can't even see you.
Right. Where am I?
Where you're in my tabs. It's everywhere. But Maria, thank you so much for being around again this week to give us an AI update, and we'll catch you next time. Thank you.
Yeah. See you next time.
See ya. All right, and that'll do it for us today. Thanks for tuning into the Hustle Daily Show. We're a proud part of HubSpot Media. Our editor today is Robert Hartwig, and our executive producer is Darren Clark. We've got a lot more tech and business coverage in our newsletter. If you're not subscribed, go get signed up at thehustle.co/email and follow us on Instagram at The Hustle Daily. We'll see you next week. Here's what blows my mind. Most people are sitting around waiting for their boss to give them a raise, while millionaires are building income streams in their spare time. Entrepreneur and creator Marina Magilko cracked the code on this. She built more than 10 income streams that now pull in over $100,000 a month. She shared the secret sauce with our team, so now we're sharing it with you, exactly how she did it. This guide gives you practical step-by-step strategies you can actually implement. So just pick just one income stream from her guide and watch what happens. Stop what you're doing right now and grab it in the show notes 6 months from now, and you'll be glad you did.